So now how will we solve this? N minus 2 into 180 is the formula, right? Where n is the number of sides of the polygon. It can be any polygon. N is the number of sides. In this case, how many sides it has? AB, BC, CD, DE and AE. It has 5 sides. So in place of n we have to write 5, right? And write the formulas same as it is. N is 5, 5 minus 2 into 180 degrees. If you solve it, we will get the value of the sum of angles is found. Okay, so what is the sum of all the angles? It came around 540 degrees, right? Now we want to find the value of x. Okay, so how will we do that? We have got 1 2 3 4 5 x's we have got, right? So 5 into x will give 540. That means sum of all these angles is 540, right? So now if we divide 540 by 5, we will get the value of x. That will be 108 degrees. So the value of x is 108 degrees. Means the angle A is measuring 108 degrees. Angle B is also measuring 108 degrees, right? So we have solved this problem, right? Now let's solve sum number 7. This is a figure in which we have to find the values of x, y and z. These angles we have to find out. Only one thing is given, that is this angle is given is 30 degrees, right? So now how will we solve it? 180 degree minus 90 degree. Okay, and this is also 90 degree. This is perpendicular. This line is perpendicular to this line. So the angle made by both of them is 90 degrees. Now how will we find value of x? X degrees will be 180 degrees minus 90 degrees, right? How can we say directly 180 degrees minus 90 degrees? Because they are a linear pair of angles. Angle x and angle 90, they are linear pair of angles, right? If we add both of these, we will get the total degree 180, right? Now z plus 30 is also similar fashion, right? Z plus 30 will give you 180 degrees total. So we will get the value of z. How? 180 degrees minus 30 degrees. So z value is 150 degrees, right? We got the value of z as well. Now if we add x, y and z, we will get 360. Why? Because all these are exterior angles. So by exterior angle property, we will get sum of all angles 360 degrees. So we know the value of x, which we found out, it is 90 degrees. We know the value of z, we found out as 150 degrees. So we will get the value of y. Okay, if you add all these three and minus all, if we add these two and minus from 360 degrees, we will get the value of y, which will be equal to 120 degrees, right? Now let's solve B part of that same question. Okay, question number 7. This diagram is given, right, where this interior angle 60 degrees given, here 80 degrees given, and this 120 degrees given, and this is given as n. We have to find out n, the value of w, the value of x, the value of y and the value of z, right? All these are exterior angles and only one interior angle n we have to find out, right? So you know that the sum of all interior angles of this quadrilateral, if we sum it, the total will be 360 degrees, right? So 60 degrees plus 80 degrees plus 120 degrees and plus this n degree. If we add, we'll get the value of 360 degrees, right? So on solving this equation, we will get the value of n as 100 degrees, right? So we have the values of all interior angles, right? Now you want to find the sum of the linear pair of angles. Okay, so how will we go about it? Now we got the value of n. Now we want to find the value of w. So what will be the equation? Equation will be w plus n, that is 100, equal to 180 degrees. You call this equation as equation 1. Second, we will add x and plus 120, then we will get 180, since it is a linear pair of angle. Okay, x plus 120 equal to 180. This you call this equation as equation 2. Now take this y plus 80 equal to 180. Call this equation as equation 3. The fourth one is the last one now. This is equation number 4. Now you will have to add all these equations. Okay, on adding all these equations you will get x plus y plus z plus w. Exterior angles equal to 360 degrees. The sum of angles as 360 degrees. Now we will see an example. Find polygon. Exterior angle has a measure of 45 degrees. Okay, how will we solve this? You know that the measure of all exterior angles is equal to 360 degrees, right? So now write it over here. Total measure of all exterior angles equal to 360 degrees, right? What information is given? Exterior angle has the measure of 45 degrees, right? So we'll write it down. Measure of each exterior angle equal to 45 degrees. मतलब हर एक एंगल का जो डिग्री है वो 45 डिग्रीज है, राइट? So now how will we find out the sides, number of sides? Simple, we will divide 360 by 45. So we will get the number of sides of the regular polygon. Okay. Therefore, the number of exterior angles equal to 360 degrees divided by 45 degrees. Each angle is 45 degrees. So when you divide, you will get 8. So the polygon has 8 sides. Okay. Now let's solve exercise 3.2. What is the question? How many sides does a regular polygon have if the measure of an exterior is 24 degrees, right? Same problem is earlier, the exterior angle in this case is 24 degrees, and you know that the sum of all exterior angles of a regular polygon equal to 360. So what you'll do, right? Let the number of sides be n. Okay, now sum of exterior angles of a regular polygon equal to 360 degrees. Now number of sides equal to, this is the formula, sum of exterior angles divided by each Now let's solve question number 4. How many sides does a regular polygon have if each of its interior angles is 165 degrees? Now here interior angle is given. Okay, so we know that first we will write, let the number of sides be n. Since we have to find out number of sides, we'll assume that as n. Okay, you can write any symbol, n, x, y, p, any. Okay, now what will be the exterior angle? Exterior angle will be 180 degrees minus 165 degrees, since it is a linear pair of angle. So the exterior angle will be 15 degrees. Now you know the formula for finding the number of sides. So we'll write down the formula for finding number of sides. It is number of sides equal to each exterior angle. There I had made a mistake, I wrote it interior. This will be 360 degrees, and each exterior angle is how much we have found out? It is 15 degrees, right? So when you divide, you will get the answer as 24. So you will have to write, hence the regular polygon has 24 sides. Understood? Now let's solve question number 6. What is question number 6 saying? It is asking what is the minimum interior angle possible for a regular polygon and why. Okay, there are two questions. First we'll solve one by one. How will we solve it? You know that equilateral triangle has 3 sides, and the least measure of the interior angle is 60 degrees, right? 63 is a 180, because the sum of interior angles is 180 degrees. So first we'll solve A part. Okay, how we'll write it down? the equilateral triangle being a regular polygon of three sides has the least measure of an interior angle of 60 degrees. Now sum of angles of a triangle equal to 180. You all know that, right? So we will mention that, because sum of all the angles of a triangle equal to 180 degrees. Here we don't know the angles, so we will call it as x plus x plus x equal to 180 degrees. Therefore 3x equal to 180 degrees. Therefore x equal to 60, as I told you earlier. Okay, 63 is a 180. So this is the way it has to be solved. Now we will try to solve the part B. What it is asked: what is the maximum exterior angle possible for a regular polygon? What is the exterior angle? Now since this x is a interior angle, what will be the exterior angle? 180 degrees minus 60. So you will get the exterior angle. Now we will have to write it. By A, we can observe that the greatest exterior angle is 180 degrees minus 60 degrees. If you minus, you will get 120 degrees, right? Now let's learn about the kinds of quadrilaterals. Quadrilaterals types are trapeziums. What is a trapezium? Definition of a trapezium is: trapezium is a quadrilateral with a pair of parallel sides. Okay, any polygon which has parallel sides, not one, it has to be two always. Pair means two. Pair of parallel sides is called a trapezium. Now in this figure, if you see, 1 and 2 lines are parallel, so this is a trapezium. I will draw few of them for you, right? Now take the example of this figure. So now here this line is parallel to this line, so this is also a trapezium. Okay, I'll draw one more figure for you. So these shapes which you see on your screen, these are the types of trapeziums. Okay, actually what is the trapezium? It should have two sides parallel. That means it should have a pair of parallel sides. Then you can say it is a trapezium. Otherwise you can't say it is a trapezium. You have seen what are trapeziums. Now I will show you what are not trapeziums. So it will be easy for you to identify. Okay. Here you can see there are two shapes. None of the lines are parallel to each other. You can see in this, none of the quadrilaterals. This is also not parallel. Okay, this is also not parallel. Neither is this both parallel. Okay, so they are not trapeziums. So we'll write down what is the condition of a quadrilateral. It should have parallel sides. Only then it is called a trapezium. Trapezium is a quadrilateral with a pair of parallel lines or sides. And here you can see these arrows. These indicate the parallel line symbol. Okay, I'll write in the bracket. The arrows indicate parallel lines. They are just signs that these both the lines are parallel. Now you can see all these are said to be parallelograms. Why? The name itself suggests parallel. That means these two are parallel to each other, and these two, AD is parallel to BC in this figure. If you take the shape of a square, same. This PS, okay, or you can say PQ is parallel to SR, right? And QR is parallel to PS, right? You can identify with the help of this marking which I am doing on the print. ON, right? And LO is parallel to MN. Right? These both are parallel to each other. So all these are parallelograms. Now you will see these are non-parallelograms which you will draw, so that you will be easily able to differentiate between them. Right? Now if you look at these pictures, here AB is parallel to BC, but AD is not parallel to BC. Here only one side is parallel. A, B and ED are not parallel. Neither is CD parallel to ED. BC is parallel to EF. Only one side is parallel. Here nothing is parallel. So these are not parallelograms. Parallelogram. A parallelogram is a quadrilateral whose the adjacent angles in a parallelogram are supplementary. Bisect each other, means when they intersect, here it is given at the point of their intersection. Divide it into we add both of them, answer will be 180 degrees. Understood? X, Y and right. First we will draw that parallelogram. Okay. A, B, C, D is a parallelogram. You have to find the values of X, Y and Z. Given is angle B is equal to 100 degrees. Angle D also will be equal to 100 degrees. Why? Because of vertical